Let's talk about that feeling you get sometimes. That little bit of pressure in your chest when you think about AI in your career. It kind of feels like the ground is shifting right under your feet, doesn't it?
And you're not imagining things. The better these AI tools get, the foggier your career path seems to become. It feels like that ladder you were supposed to be climbing is being taken apart, rung by rung. But I want you to hear me on this. This is not your fault.
All right, so here's how we're going to break this down. First, we'll talk about why that career ladder seems to have vanished. Then, we'll dig into this big shift from being a doer to just an approver. We're going to meet the new digital coworker that's causing all this, and I'll introduce you to a brand new role, the agent manager. And finally, we'll figure out how you can start building a new ladder for yourself.
Okay, first things first, we have to address the core problem. Your ladder is missing. We need to understand why those really basic foundational experiences, the stuff that actually builds a career, are just getting so much harder to find.
This right here, this quote just hits the nail on the head. I mean, think about it. How did you learn to do your job? It was through the grunt work, wasn't it? Writing those first drafts, doing the basic data analysis, maybe some simple coding. That's not just busy work. That's the training ground. That's where you build real skill, real competence. And now, AI is just automating that entire training ground away.
So, if AI is doing all that foundational work, what's left for you to do? Well, this is where your role starts to change from a doer to an approver. And let me tell you, this shift, it has a hidden and frankly a very dangerous trap for your career.
And this slide really lays it all out. Look at the difference. You're not building things from the ground up anymore. Instead, you're just supervising what the AI already made. You're becoming a reviewer, a corrector, not a creator.
And here's the real problem with that. You're not building from zero anymore. You're just polishing something the AI gives you. You take a piece of work that's maybe 70% done and you push it to 90%. Sure, it feels productive, but are you really learning? Or are you just getting really good at sanding the edges of someone else's work?
And that right there, that is the trap. If you spend your whole career just polishing what AI spits out, yeah, you'll become a great tool user, but you might never develop that deep, critical judgment that only comes from building things from scratch, from making mistakes, and from learning the hard way. And that judgment, that's what seniority is all about.
So what's actually driving this huge change? Look, this is way more than just a better chatbot. We're talking about the arrival of a totally new kind of digital coworker, the AI agent. Now, an AI agent isn't just a chatbot. Think of it as a team of those language models, like the tech behind ChatGPT, all working together. They can plan things, they can make decisions, and they can carry out really complex tasks. The key thing to remember is this: they don't just answer your questions, they actually take action. And they are shockingly capable. You can give them a goal, and they'll figure out the steps to get there. They can even use other software by calling APIs, which are kind of like digital bridges between different programs. And here's the kicker: they can do a lot of this without needing you to approve every single little step. This slide reveals a pretty scary gap in how we're managing our teams right now. I mean, think about it. When you hire a person, there's a whole system, right? A job description, a manager, performance reviews. But when we deploy an AI agent, we often just give it a vague prompt, some really powerful permissions, and, well, we just kind of hope for the best. That is a massive management problem waiting to happen. But you know what? This management gap, it's not just a problem. It's also a massive opportunity, because it's creating a brand new and absolutely essential role in every single organization: the agent manager. This is the million-dollar question that every company is starting to face. If these powerful, autonomous agents are basically your new digital employees, who's actually in charge? Who's responsible when one of them makes a mistake? The answer is the AI Agent Manager. This is the new career path. This is how you stop being managed by the technology and you start managing the technology.
So what exactly is this role? Well, it's a hybrid. It's part risk officer, always thinking about what could go wrong. It's part product manager, defining what the agent should be doing, part analyst, part process owner. This is the true AI supervisor for this new digital workforce. And look, this isn't some fuzzy, theoretical job that might exist one day. It's a real role with concrete things you have to do. You're the one who writes the agent's job description. You set its permissions. You check its work. You run tests before it goes live. And yeah, when something goes wrong, you are the person who steps in to fix it.
Okay, so this brings us to the most important part of all. How do we take everything we've talked about and actually start building a new career ladder? One that's designed for a world where people and AI agents are working side by side.
The very first thing you have to do is change your mindset. That fear you hear everywhere, that AI is going to replace jobs, it's just too simple. It misses the real point. This isn't about replacement. It's about redistribution. The work itself is changing, and so are the roles.
This slide shows you what that new partnership really looks like. The division of labor is actually pretty clear. Agents will handle all the repetitive, data-heavy stuff. And humans, we handle strategy, we deal with messy, ambiguous problems, and we provide that critical oversight. It's a seriously powerful combination.
Ultimately, this is the future. This is where it's all headed. Work is no longer just something done by people. It's going to be a constant collaboration between human teams and their AI agent coworkers. Your career is going to depend on you becoming the person who can manage that collaboration.
So we're going to end on this question. The path where you just approve AI's work, well, that eventually leads to you being managed by the algorithm. The only real way to secure your future is to become the manager of the algorithm. So that career ladder, it's not gone. It's just been rebuilt somewhere else. The real question is, are you building the skills in things like governance, risk, and process to climb this new ladder and make yourself an essential part of the decision-making environment?